Hey everyone, hope that you're all doing well today. So as you can tell from the title of this video, we're going to be doing a quick video today covering the 3 most underrated, in my opinion, items to come out of the Season 11 item changes. Now, these 3 items are going to come one of each out of the Assassin class, the ADC class, and the Fighter class. As far as mages, tanks, and supports are concerned, every item seems to be either utilized or out of the meta at the moment, but there hasn't been an instance where I haven't seen one of those types of champions not build a specific item in those classes. However, when it comes to fighters, ADCs, and assassins, each one of those classes, in my opinion, has one specific item that is being underutilized and overlooked at the moment. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into this, and using Renekton to give us context and the practice tool, the first item we're going to be looking at is Sanguine Blade. Now, just like before, this really hasn't changed much from prior seasons. 50 attack damage, 10 lethality, 12 physical vamp, and the passive Frenzy, while near 1 or fewer visible enemy champions, gain an additional 8 lethality, and skilling attack speed from 30 to 80%, decaying over 3 seconds if other enemy champions get too close. So right now, when we have our isolated enemy, we have 1.21 attack speed and 18 lethality, but when we get in range of more enemies, you see that decay, and we lose our lethality as well. So in a solo lane context or the jungle context, this is a great early to mid-game item to rush, simply because of all of the damage stats, penetration stats, as well as the healing factor. Now, what makes this item overlooked, in my opinion, is the change from lifesteal to physical vamp. Now, if you're not aware of how Vamp works now, looking at the Vamp portion, each Vamp type returns a portion of damage you deal as health. So we have Physical Vamp, and then we have Omni Vamp, which is all forms of damage, physical, magical, and true. However, the difference between lifesteal, which is what this item used to have, and Vamp is that it is all sources of damage. So Ravenous Hunter, for example, gives us Omni Vamp, but it only used to heal us off of abilities. So what makes this item subtly broken is the fact that now its auto attacks and abilities heal you from this item's source, not just auto attacks like it was before. So for Sanguine Blade specifically, out of the Assassin class, I think this one is the most underrated and underutilized item in the bunch. So jumping over to Marksman, the next one we're going to look at is still an old item that made it through, and that's Phantom Dancer. So jumping back to here, let's get a couple friendly dummies up. Spawn allied shift N. So let's see here. So can I walk through them? No, I can't. Okay, perfect. This will give us good context. So the change to how Phantom Dancer reads is 40% attack speed, 20% crit, 7% increase in movement speed. And then the passive is a little similar to before, but there is a big change hidden behind it. Spectral Waltz attacks grant ghosting and 7% additional movement speed for 3 seconds. This refreshes in combat. In addition, attacking 5 times with basic attacks causes Spectral Waltz to also grant 40% additional attack speed for the same duration. So this is actually huge, because for 2,500 gold, in combat with champions, we end up getting 80% increased attack speed. So to give this context, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down here, you can see that because we're in combat, we get the increased attack speed nuke, and we can walk through other units as well. So this is kind of like a Ginsu, an old Ginsu's really amped up. And I rarely see people build this. Partially because I think lethal tempo ADCs are kind of out of the meta right now. It's more about ability-based and press the attack ADCs. But just the fact that you have an item that doubles its own attack speed as well as grants ghosting in its passive, I think is a really underutilized item right now for everything that it can do both mechanically and stat-wise in your kit. Now, the last item we're going to take a look at over in the fighter class is Cerelia's Grudge. Now, this item specifically is overloaded with stats for bruisers and just about anybody who, you know, chooses to buy it. So, this item actually replaces the old Frozen Mallet, and it reads as follows: 45 attack damage, 30% armor penetration, and 20 ability haste. This is a huge change from Frozen Mallet, which was 700 health and 30 attack damage. Now, where the change comes in terms of the passive portion, Bitter Cold damaging abilities slow enemies by 30% for 1 second, whereas before with Frozen Mallet, it was auto attacks. So, 45 attack damage, 30% armor penetration. That is huge. 20 ability haste, which is about 17% cooldown reduction. So, all of these stacked together compared to what the old Frozen Mallet used to do is insane. Now, granted, it is 3,400 gold, but I think the armor penetration and the ability haste by themselves definitely make up for that cost. And then the slow, just to give it context here, regular autos do nothing, but when we Q, you see we get a little frost animation giving us the slow effect. So in Renekton's case, slow, slow. His passive constantly procs it, so it's basically a free Rylai's for AD champions. And then another slow with his dash. So champions that have AD champions, mind you, that have AoE abilities like this can build Cerelia's Grudge and basically get a Rylai's combined with these insane assassin stats. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, we will see each other again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.